Salutations, dear viewers. You're on with Nexon of the Vast Nexus, and welcome to Let's Play a Gaming Legend, Metroid Zero Mission.
Take care of that gleamer. So we need to get up another Shine Spark run, bore through those speed booster blocks. And yep, here's where we're headed. This is our exit. Hole. Deftly executed. Even so, I'm tanking up again. We have some dangerous rooms ahead of us. And there's that thermal effect that indicates that, maybe you shouldn't be here without the Varia suit. Blast away at all of that. Another crazy amount of entities. Yes, we need to destroy all of these because we have to go this way with a Shine Spark, and an enemy interrupting that is going to be a problem. There we go. Not that difficult when you know what you're doing. And him you can just avoid. Just dart right past him. I don't think this time, like, saving the game counts towards total game progress. If it does, that's kind of cheap, because that's about 5 seconds that you lose with every save game. Where is... There it is. Ooh, ow. Let's pop you, blast you open. And again, this room's hard to get into, easy to get out of. Although I'm not exactly doing a great job of getting into it at the moment. I hate those, like, seahorse-looking dragon guys. Oh, I remember this pickup. We might have to revert to that save if this takes too long, because it probably will. The pickup at the end of this is one of the trickier ones to actually get a hold of. That gleamer keeps putting me off. I want to just cross the gap, but gleamer keeps rolling over on the platform I intend to use. So this requires a fairly well-executed series of maneuvers. First freezing a gleamer there, and then being very deft in the execution of freezing him over here, because you'll need him here too. Oh. Made it. Perfect performance, first try. Thank you very much. He'll go do his own little thing through there. And once again, getting out of here is a lot easier than getting into it. It's gonna Shine Spark your way to freedom. Popped. Now that block we just destroyed is gonna make a problem, which is why we're gonna double back. And again, the Shine Spark makes an easy and simple way of getting out of here. Much more so than it was to get over here in the first place. It's all in the execution. That being said, I could definitely use a Torzio right now. Heal me up. Subsisting on the energy drops of your enemies is not a good tactic to resort to in Metroid. I believe this is the map room. Finally get a sense of where we are. We've already filled most of it out, but you can see there's still a whole basement level we haven't explored. And in this case, the map is what keys you into the fact that that might not be real acid. Well, that or the gleamer just casually goes through a thing in the floor. There. Now that is real acid down there. We can't go through there yet. So many critters making me hesitate, making me twitch. There we go. One of you things. And another missile tank that's just sort of hidden in a wall block. Better get used to that. That's Metroid for you. And people think loot is hard to find in Fortnite. Was that everything in there? That was everything in there. Okay. Well, I believe that wave beam is going to be held by a Torzio, which will certainly make our life easier because we're kind of vulnerable right now. We're not doing so good. So there's some nasty stuff growing out of the walls and floor and pretty much everywhere else. More fake lava. Which you should figure out because, I have to go down here, but it hasn't given me anything to let me navigate that lava. I wonder what I'm supposed to do. That could have been avoided. Wave beam. This beam, comprised of energy, passes through solid objects. Not enemies, though. They absorb it as damage, as you might expect. And that's going to be Ascension End, so yeah, now I could just avoid him, or I can just mash him through this wall, because the wall no longer makes any difference. And you're going to need this, because in the next section you have a speed run, or a speed booster to build up, and lots of respawning blocks in between you and doing that effectively. And we haven't even gotten to the, like, really hard items to obtain. Those are yet to come. So, yep, right here. Speed boost it. These are the Kiru-Jiru. And we are going to Kiru-Jiru them into oblivion. And there's another energy tank to add to our arsenal. Ah yes, I almost forgot. The whole reason we need to clear that is because we need the distance to open up a speed boost. The tricky part is I've kind of broken my own internal sequence of how these things are to be tackled, which creates the issue that there might be power-ups further back that I just figured I'd remember and get to later, and I end up just forgetting them completely. Yeah, enemies seem a bit spongy for beams. Beams are weak regardless of difficulty, but on hard mode especially, those beams ain't good for much. There we go. So this is Ensnared Kiru-Jiru, which is kind of a reference in terms of how he behaves to an enemy from Super Metroid called Spore Spawn. And if an enemy called Spore Spawn sounds gross, believe me, this is grosser. And what do you know, the passageway just opened up. Ah, foreboding! Ridley has arrived, and presumably he's not happy Samus is mucking around his home base. Even though technically Mother Brain is in charge. Now, I could go into the next room and show you the Kiru-Jiru in its cocoon, but because we're pressed for time, I'm just doubling back and heading straight through it. Technically, since I already have a super missile, it's not even necessary for me to do this boss fight at this point, but we might as well get it out of the way. So there's the cocoon. If I come over here before, we've seen Kiru-Jiru in that cocoon. And this boss is called Imago, as in the adult form of a metamorphic life form. There we go. Yes, that may have depleted our ammunition somewhat, but we got an extra super missile tank out of it. And that is going to be quite important in the fight with Ridley. Even though I've effectively just literally walked past several missile tank upgrades I could have gotten along the way. There we go. Now there's an easy way to get through this room. Literally, it's that simple. Just roll right on past it. What do you care? If I remember this right. There we go, yep. Floor is a trap. Gotta know when to jump. Now that is a lot of little enemy bubble characters. Nice if someone could give us super missiles. Stingy droppers. And these are your cliche Nintendo-era enemies that just circle whatever they happen to be attached to. Samus's armor is already looking more stylish with the orange instead of the yellow. Oh, really? Dude. You had to go there? I'd say dude. You're just sort of a ball of energy, or whatever you are. And we're hitting the map room kind of in reverse, but this is sort of the way this level was meant to be done. Ridley's lair is relatively small. There's not a whole lot to it. But we have a profoundly not fun part of it coming up. Two of the power-up rooms require masterful use of Samus' speed booster, which we are going to endeavor to demonstrate to you right now. First, just to get into this next one, we need to be speed boosting. And we'll need it again to get to the next part. And grab the missile tank. Careful not to go through there. And 2 missile tanks. That's the easier of the 2 sides of that big hallway. We're about to go into the harder one. Oh, made a mistake. Need to build up speed boost just to get out. Huh. Like I said, this is... And this, again, this is about a mid-level skill in terms of, like, getting the... Oh, and I blew it, of course. We haven't even gotten to the hard ones yet. Although I will say that calling the next one a middle level is a bit of an injustice. It is quite difficult to obtain. First, we're going to get across this hallway in the easy manner. Once again, just shine the spark your way to glory. I'm going to use the save room, because this might take a few attempts, and if it takes too many and I feel that I'm endangering my completion time, I'm going to have to load the save. So, yeah. Let's hope we can get it in one go, or two. I'll be willing to cope with two if it comes down to that. Alright, so we're in, but that's the easy part. About to get harder. Have to stand up or we can't grab the ledge. And here comes the really hard part. Mess up your timing on this. Alright, first try. Not bad, if I do say so myself. And that's only the first part. We have another hard part. This game knows how to challenge you. Oh, another first try. Brace under pressure. Oh yeah. So those are the two harder ones to get here in Ridley's lair. Oh, hang on. Bit of a wrong turn. My bad. Okay, this has a risk of causing me a lot of problems if I'm not careful. Like that, for instance. Fake lava. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Chill out. Thanks to my ice beam. Now we need a super missile for this one. Luckily, we have one. So they're loading us up with quite a few missiles. There's a reason for that. Like I said, that Ridley fight's gonna test your endurance and my patience. Not your patience. If I lose it a bunch of times, I can always just edit it out. So my viewing audience doesn't have to suffer, only I have to suffer. Yeah, that old platform down there will just give out on you, so avoid it. Especially because there be power-ups ahead. And of course, most people think that, oh, well, that's what I went through all that for. I went through all that to get a super missile. Oh, but there's more. And a missile. And another missile. And another missile. Missiles for days. Not really. They will run out so fast when we actually have to deal with Ridley. You will be so amazed at how quickly they'll run out.
Well, that's it for this video. I hope you'll return to see the rest. And in the meantime, fare thee well.